In this video, we're going to show you how to install the fuel filler neck on your Dodge Caravan located on the driver's side of the vehicle. Let's go ahead and use a 19mm socket. We're going to loosen and remove the lug nuts on the driver's side rear wheel. Once you have the lug nuts removed, grab the wheel, remove it, and set it aside. Open up the filler cap door on that driver's side back quarter, unscrew that fill cap. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take a rag and I'm going to just tuck it in there. It's going to help prevent some of the vapors from leaking out in the air while we do this work. Now, next thing we want to go ahead and remove the inner splash guard right here. There's going to be 3 plastic buttons, one here, one there, and then one on the forward side here. We're going to use our trim tool. Now sometimes these break. You might have to source replacement buttons if they break. With those buttons removed, go ahead and grab that and peel that down. Now there's maybe a lot of sand and debris. I can feel it up on the top here. So just be prepared for that. Work this out. And set it aside. If you follow the filler neck up, you're going to find a tie strap here, or at least ours has one. We're simply going to use some cutters and cut that tie strap to release that. Now, this is going to be a connector. There are actually a couple of connectors on our fuel filler neck we need to separate here. Now, we have a hard line to a flex line here with a pressure sensor. Now, this clip here, there's a safety lock on it, so there's going to be blue tabs. We're going to spread those open and push that up. And it'll actually separate this little locking tab. Go ahead and set that aside. Now right up here, there's a push tab. You're going to push in on that and then separate this here. So you're going to push in, releasing that lock, and twist this out. Go ahead and separate that. Now this line comes around to the back side, and there is another one on the other side going to another tube. I'm going to go ahead and do the same there. There's the same locking clip. I'm going to push on both sides and pop that out. Normally you don't have to remove that blue clip all the way. In our particular case, I'm going to pop that off just like I did on the other one. Separate this unit. Now I'm just going to let this drop down. Now I'm going to use our trim tool. We want to separate this harness from the tab. I'm going to use a pair of pliers here. Just kind of get behind here and just work that out. Now we have the hard line coming down to our flex line. We're going to use our fuel pressure line removal tool here. Now there are different sizes for these here, so you want to make sure you use the correct size for this here. And what you do is you work that down inside, and that should open up those locking clips on either side there, and then you should be able to pull this line off. You can see that sliding down. You want to be careful not to damage this plastic line. Pop that off. And then don't forget to remove your removal tool. This clip goes down inside. This tool goes down inside and opens up these little locking tabs on either side. So you can remove that off of the hard line. Following the filler neck down, there is a band clamp right here. We're going to use our 5/16 socket and extension. You can use a flathead screwdriver as well to go ahead and loosen this here. Now in the middle of the filler neck, you're going to find this 10mm nut. You want to go ahead and loosen that. Now with this nut removed, we're going to come down to the lower portion of that filler neck. You want to go ahead and wiggle this free from the fuel tube. Now while trying to remove our filler neck, it was stuck a little bit. So what we did was we used some spray solvent and we sprayed around the neck here just to kind of get any debris out of the way. We're going to use a plastic trim tool. We don't want to use a screwdriver here. And just go around the edge here. We're just trying to break that seal free a little bit so we can go ahead and work this hose out. Okay, once you pull that out, we're just going to reach up top and gently wiggle the filler neck out from the top of the fender. There's just a rubber grommet up there. We're going to work that out and pull that down. By spraying a little bit of solvent on that neck there, that'll help you slide this in a little bit easier. Go ahead and line up the bracket with the stud here. And the tabs might just have to be pushed in a little bit here to get that line up, like so. Go ahead and grab that securing nut. We're going to get that started. We're not going to tighten it though. We just want to get that started. Let's go ahead and install our fuel lines. Just going to line that up, push it up, and it should lock on using that green clip. So once that's pushed on, you can see that the little green clip is above the collar on that. You can give that a tug down and make sure that's secured properly. Follow this up. Go ahead and install the little connector on those little buttons. Pop that into place. You can run these up. We can now connect these to our upper tubes. Go ahead and line these up. Now the simple thing about these here is once they're lined up, just push them up. You don't have to press anything or anything magical. Push it up. You can hear it and feel it lock in. Give it a little tug down, make sure it's locked into place. And do the same here. Line it up. There it is. You can hear it click in. Push on it. It's locked into place. Now with those locked in, don't forget to install your blue locking clips. They're only going to go one way. Press those in, and when they lock, it'll be flush on the top. Going to do the same on the upper one. Okay, both blue locking clips are in. Now before you tighten this down, you want to go ahead and make sure that the lower portion of the tube is far enough into the filler neck rubber adapter there to the tank. We know ours is in far enough, so we're going to go ahead and snug this down. Once that bottoms out, just a little bit more. Now go ahead and position that hose clamp. You want to go ahead and snug that down. Once that bottoms out, just give it a little bit more. You don't want to over tighten and ruin the band clamp or the hose clamp. Let's install our fender liner here. Once you have the holes lined up, go ahead and press in the retainer buttons. Now we'll go ahead and remove our rag here and install your filler cap. Lock that in and close the door. Go ahead and grab that wheel. Get that lined up. Now we can go ahead and install the lug nuts. Once you get all your lug nuts installed, we'll go ahead and snug those down. Torque down the lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.